Hey, kind of City Geeks. This is Retro Ray. We're back again. I've got an artist that's been in the industry for a good while. I mean, I could read you the list of what he's done. He has worked on Smallville season 11, Batman and Robin, the Grant Morrison. He's worked on Aquaman. He's worked for IDW, Valiant, Valkyrie, Spider-Man, Venom Wars. I mean, I could just keep on going down the list of everything that he's worked on. You're gonna see when I see someone bringing up his artwork, we're gonna talk about how he got in the industry. Um, Pere Perez has been around, and if you don't know who he is, you're gonna find out today. He's done covers, interiors. I mean, the list goes on. And if you see once you see his art, when I bring it up, then you're gonna be like, I know that guy. But before we get him in the room, let's get a quick shout out to Dragon's Lair Alamo Ranch. Um, Guys, if you want to get graphic novels, if you want to pre-order, get a subscription, if you want to play Warhammer 40K, you want to play D&D, Pokemon Magic, this is where you want to go. And then also the show that just came by and passed us already, but the date's already up for next year. Casa, the one-day event that just focuses on comic book artists, independents, legends. Keep a lookout for this for next year. Let's get the gentleman in the room and let's start chit-chatting. Hello, sir.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
I'm good. Pretty good. What about you?
Pretty good. You just stated you were at a convention with some artists this past or today,
Yesterday.
I guess, right?
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah. So
How was that?
I'm still a little dizzy from that. But yeah, it was cool. It's a manga convention. It's hosted here in Barcelona, and it's like 10 minutes from my house. So I had to bring the kid there.
So you're getting him started at a young age, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Kids start with manga, but he likes superheroes too.
Nice. Yeah, no, manga's, I mean, it's slowly taking over. I mean, I see Marvel starting to get into the genre of manga. What they've done, Deadpool, they've done Spider-Man. So yeah, I see them transitioning in both worlds.
Yeah, many of us are bringing manga inspiration to the table too.
Yeah, that too. So let's get back to where people who don't know who you are.
Okay.
At what part did you realize that, hey, I want to become a comic artist? What age were you?
I think I was about 14, I think.
Oh, wow.
I always liked to draw, but I remember like thinking, oh, maybe I could do this for a living, but it looked very, very difficult. Like, I don't know all the Spanish artists that I know are publishing in Spanish humor magazines and all that, and I couldn't really find a way to get my work on superheroes, which is what I loved. But then eventually one teacher in high school gave me an advice to follow your dreams, let life stop you, but you shouldn't stop yourself from trying. And shortly after that, I discovered the work of Carlos Pacheco, who was probably the hottest star at the time, and he was from Spain. And then I started discovering other Spanish artists and that were working for Marvel or DC. And then I started like, hey, wait a minute, maybe this is not so far-fetched. So I think that's the starting point.
Wow. See, and that's the thing, to find out at that age, because there's people who are 40 years old right now who still don't know what career they want to do or what they want to do with their life. To know at age 14, I give you props, sir, because that, to me, for one, drawing is hard. It's not something that just comes gradually, easily. Yes, you could teach yourself, but you taught yourself how to draw. At what point did you go to art school for it, or you just kept on drawing and do kind of learning as you're going? How did that
go? I went to like an illustration school.
Okay.
I spent 1 year more or less, but I wasn't liking what they were teaching, because they were teaching like animation too and graphic design and many things that I knew I didn't need, because I was so focused on being a comic book artist, and the comic book teachers were not good. So I just left, and I started practicing on my own, and then I got the chance to work at the Oscar Jimenez studio. who at the time has his last stuff was being for Marvel at the time. So I just
Wow.
did my work there, but I saw him doing what he was doing, and he was a huge influence on me too. But
Wow.
having that drive that you were saying so early has simplified the things and made them more difficult at the same time, because it's like if you just throw yourself to that, like, this is my way and it cannot be any other way, you focus all your energies into that. But at the same time, you are never 100% sure that you're going to make it. So it's when you're trying and trying and you don't get enough improvement, it can be frustrating. But when you uh, know that it's your only way, you spend as many hours as you can every day, and in the end, may end up paying off.
Dude, it paid off in abundance basically cuz
Thank you.
I mean, okay, for the first one I'm going to bring up of course is you got to work on a story with Grant Morrison. I mean,
Yep.
dude, that is like a dream come true to work with such a great writer, and not just that, to bring what he's written to life on paper. How was that?
It was tough because I was not the first choice for that project. It was like an all-star assemble of comic book artists, and some of them are really good, but they take their time drawing, so they couldn't make it to the deadline. So I had to be brought in the last minute to try to do what they
Wow.
were doing, but faster, which is impossible
Wow.
because I didn't have that level of skills that they have. So not only that I have to do it quicker, and it it I mean, for me it was not a big deal artistically, because I I don't see a lot of myself in there. It was good because I saw that as a way to get more people to see what I was doing. But creatively, it was not very fulfilling because I didn't feel like that was something like personal or something that I was closely related. It's like, get this done now, quick. So
So it wasn't your art style that you do, but it was basically it helped sharpen your skills to meet the deadlines and
yeah,
stuff like that. I mean, because right here, I mean, this is the part I love, and this is why I bring it up. This is original art. I
oh,
mean, this is original
yeah,
art that is, that this is why I love comics, because when you can buy pages like this is black and white, guys. If you can't see this, and then once it gets put into color, it just pops. All
yeah,
the right places, the wording. This is what I love because it's like you see it from beginning to end. Um, and you mentioned that you're brought on to fill in those holes and stuff, but still, I feel it was an opportunity to open the doors for other stuff that you worked on. I mean, because
yeah,
you just didn't work on that; you also have worked on Spider Woman as well, and then you've also worked on the TVA, which was a cool series, mind you. I love that series. I love the
thank
read.
you.
It was great. But then also for me, the reason I got you on, of course, is because I am a huge Smallville fan, and I love art, like I mentioned to you before. So almost 15 years ago, I purchased this artwork from Cat Skaggs, original sketch, that was taken and of course, blown up and colored and everything like that, and which was basically I actually own both sketch covers for this for the issues. And my goal was at one point, I got it because I love the art. And at one convention, it just happened to be Lois Lane was there, Erica Durant, and I had her sign it. So I became a project to get it signed by everyone who worked on it, from the artist that worked on the comic to the cast members. And I have definitely done that. I still have people to fill the pages, of course. But you were the second person that I had sign it, and then I had Chloe sign it, that's another story. But either way, I got the cast member. I'm getting them to sign it, and it's been an awesome, uh, you know, s- to go down with to go get everybody. Um, but working on Smallville. how was it getting to work? I mean, it ended, and there's like, okay, we're getting season 11. How was it working on
Okay, so
that?
I have mixed feelings with that one, that particular one.
Okay.
Um, I know because I myself, as a fan, when I see like an artist or a musician or something talk about some of his old work that he or she is not proud of, sometimes I think, what an asshole! I love that. Shut up. But now I find myself in that position because it was a very good script by Brian Q. Miller, who worked
Yeah.
on the TV show also. Um, and I made a a row of choices, and most of them were wrong, I think now.
Why? I
So
mean, I loved it.
thank you. That's what I meant. Like, if maybe some fans love it and will hate me for saying that, but basically, let me break it down.
Okay.
Basically, I did three choices. Like, I studied the TV show, and I thought they are doing a lot of close-ups. Like, they were focusing a lot on faces. So I tried to do the same, like getting big faces. And I'm not great with likenesses.
Oh,
So
okay, okay.
many times I was trying to make a very detailed portrait of the actor, big one also. And also I was trying to do the camera angles and the kind of design that they were doing at the TV show. And maybe they were doing some of those things out of budgetary constraints.
Yeah.
So my comic book, I feel now that it was not spectacular enough. Like, I did the same shots they did on the fights, which were very like not super spectacular, not what they are doing these days with the CGI.
Oh,
And
yeah.
for example, when you see the design for Henshaw, uh, I was based on one of the robots that existed at the time, those clunky walking robots.
Yeah.
Um, because the TV show was so grounded that it made sense there. But now I see the design and it's like, that's not threatening enough. Like, if we are doing comics, we have unlimited budget. We can go over the top. So,
True.
and that was one of the things. And the other is that we were going digital first.
Yeah.
So the comics, before they were printed, they were digital. So we had to do like every page was like two digital pages. One page was split in two for the
Oh.
reading on an iPad. So it messed a little bit with my storytelling. I was not able to put any panel in the middle. So for example,
Oh.
if one printed page was three panels, I had to choose one to be huge,
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
it not always made sense storytelling wise, but it was the only choice because if the other two were together, it meant that one of them, the other one, has to be like sort of a splash page. And
Oh,
maybe
okay,
people
okay,
didn't
okay.
notice that, but I do notice when I see it. So it's like, I wish I could have done this one better.
Well, I
And
didn't like okay, I did get the digital first, and I didn't like the digital because I'm a
mm,
hard I like to have physical, but I got it because I was so anxious to read it. So I did get the digital, but even still, what people would call double dipping, I paid for the digital copy, but I also still got the physical copies
mm,
because I always have to have the physical. And but yeah, I mean, some of this, I mean, I didn't see no problem. I mean, I'm gonna bring a page up where you're talking. That's not that one. Right here. Um, like this fight scene,
yeah.
I liked it. I mean, it was perfect. I loved the way you presented Tom, basically in Green Arrow. Um, I thought they were perfect for me
Yeah, this one
because I
scene, I
mean,
like it.
but the thing is too, like, and this is the thing when you're working on IPs, sometimes they don't want you to use the likenesses because of the whole likeness
Yeah.
rights things too. So
Well,
I'm used to that. That's why I was kind of like, I ain't gonna worry about the likeness because I know, yes, it would be great to have it in comics, but because of the IP stuff, it's kind of like you kind of know, like, okay, you can't really do that unless it gets approval. So you kind of learn to live with it. You know what I mean?
that was also an issue because at some point they told us that after getting so much effort making the likenesses, they told me to tone it down and fix it all over the whole comic. Like, you have to make it look less like him, but then they tell him more. So
It
I
was kind of
got
like,
like I couldn't see the big picture after so many different factors. Another big
Yeah, I
one
mean,
now that I see that you liked Grant Morrison. Before starting this project, I was on holidays on America with J.H. Williams, and he showed me his original art. Like we had
wow.
a sort of holidays together, and I came home like super excited, like super motivated. Like I want to do what he does. He's so good. I'm going to try to put more detail, and I tried, and you can see after when the pages are going, when the comic is going on, the detail starts getting less and less and less because I was getting burned, like trying to imitate a genius, like so. That's another thing that happened in that book.
It still was great. I mean, don't get me wrong. The way I see it as every opportunity like that opens a door, so it prepares you for the next steps.
Yeah, it was
Especially if you,
great to
yeah.
have the information of what not to do and what to do. So it was very helpful because it was the first time that I learned from something negative in comics for me.
I mean, you've been around a good while now. I mean, like I said, I could read off that list from covers to titles that you worked on. I mean, dude, that is just awesome in general. I mean, and that's one thing, when I met you at that convention at one time, I was like, and he's like, "You want me to sign this?" Because it was in your art, but it
Oh
was
yeah,
the cover. It was the cover art, and I'm like, "Yes, I want you to sign it because you worked on the interiors." That's just, it's not for anyone else. I'm not selling it, but that's the reason why. It's because it means something to me because I got to meet the creator who worked on the pages in the interiors. So to me, that's why I got it signed. And that's most artists too. They'll be like, I didn't work on this comic, but you did. Some people are like, oh, well, you worked on like the character. But yeah, I can see where artists do that. But I mean, you did the first 5 issues to me, and then like here's another page as well. I mean, this one right here, to me, I thought, like I said, as for me as a comic book reader, because every artist brings different things to the table, and I just loved how you had everything structured, the way you had Superman coming up. I mean, just the way you felt the details into the pictures. And I can see where you were talking about how the individual
yeah.
panels.
This special one, it's a demonstration of what I was talking about. Like you can see the camera, the imaginary camera is always like eye level
Yeah.
as you would shoot if you had an actual camera and you had no big budget.
Yeah.
So all the shots are like street level. Like all of that was a conscious decision, but I think it was the wrong decision. I could have made a way cooler fight.
No, I mean, well, see, and to me, when I see it, it's kind of like you're seeing, like you mentioned, you're seeing it from the camera's point of view. So to me, it's kind of like you're watching the comic
And
as a TV.
yeah,
So I can see where you were trying to bring, and I mean that's why I said I didn't have a problem as a person who's watched Smallville from beginning to end almost 10 times. I I don't get tired of it.
well, but for example, when you see season 3
Yeah,
of the comic book by Jorge Jimenez, the actors don't look alike.
yeah,
It doesn't follow those rules,
yeah.
and it's a more exciting comic book. I think he did a much better job because the comic book was more excited. Maybe it felt less like the TV show, but I think it was a
Yes.
better comic.
Yeah, it didn't feel like the TV show because even like Batman looked when they bought Batman in and everything like that and stuff like that and all these other characters they bought in. Yeah, I can see what you're talking about on that as well.
Yeah,
And then getting back to as well right now, um, you're currently working on.
yeah,
How is it working on um, Amazing Spider-Man Torn? How is it getting to work on this one?
and that's been incredible. I've already finished the miniseries, and it was a bucket list thing for me. Like getting to spend time with Spider-Man and written by Straczynski. Like I
Oh,
couldn't have
dude.
asked for anything better than that. And the editors, they all trusted us. And Joe trusted me too with a lot of stuff that I made, like adjustments or decisions that were a little bit different, but not so much because his script is super tight. and he knows what he wants to get, and most of the times you don't see a better way of doing what he's telling you to do. So
Wow.
because I consider that my job, to see what's the point that the writer is trying to convey, and see if you can come up with a better way to tell what he is trying or she is trying to say. And with many
Wow.
writers, I do it, but with Joe, it was so tight that most of the time it's like, okay, your vision is perfect. I don't have to add anything to this. I'll just try not to
Wow.
spoil it.
I mean, the artwork is so great. I mean, I'm gonna bring this up right here because this same thing I bought, original. Oh, not that one. It's this one right here. Like this. When you do something like this on a, let's say, for example, you get the script from, or this is not a script because this is basically a cover.
Yeah,
How do you come up with an idea for this type of cover? Is it already pitched to you, or is it your, you know, to take that and come up with this cover, or
and
what's the premise?
this one was totally mine. Sometimes they give you an idea of the cover they want to make, but in this particular cover was like, just do your thing. And I had presented a sketch before having the script. Like I've had this idea for a cover where Spider-Man was on an alley and he was throwing all his clothes behind him. So we saw like a flurry of clothing, and Spider-Man is tiny, hidden by all the clothes, and starting to sweep. Um, and then it got more into that. I did, instead of the clothes, I did the with the papers, because thought also the book being called torn, it's like torn pages. It's a little bit obvious, but
Yeah.
I felt like it could be a good metaphor. So it came from those two places, basically.
Wow. I mean, and that's why again, here, of course, this is the black and white version, guys. And of course, I bought this up earlier. This is the actual color, completed, colored and background and everything. This is why I always love about once stuff gets inked and they have the colors and the shading, how it just brings it and it makes it pop. I mean, as an artist, when you started doing this, what we kind of jumped ahead with the Grant Morrison thing, but what was the original first issue that you actually got to work on? Was it Marvel, DC for people so they can know if they didn't know?
On the majors, it was DC. At
DC?
first, I have done some independent stuff for I did that for Devil's Due and for Moonstone and Dynamite. But my first was the Guardian special with Jimmy Olsen. That story that Greg Rucka was
Yeah.
and my James Robinson were telling about when Superman was of the planet Earth to New
Yeah.
Krypton and all that. Yeah, so
Wow.
it was a good one. I had a lot of fun with that one.
And of course I told you we asked this from all, our guests that are artists or writers. So of course you started off with pencils originals.
Yeah.
What do you do? Is it you're more, pencils? Are you 50-50? What do you like to do?
Like what's my process now?
Yeah, do you prefer still doing original art or do you do still 50-50 now?
Yeah, now
Or it varies?
I'm doing all the pencils digitally,
Oh
um,
wow.
because I think it's more flexible. And sometimes if you do something wrong with actual pencils, or not wrong, something that you want to change, maybe you don't because it takes like erasing and all that, and like it's good enough. But with digital, you just can adjust head sizes that are too big, or bringing a character more
Wow.
to the front, or make it smaller. So it's way more flexible. Also for the perspectives, it's way quicker. And most of the pages I do the inks digital too. But in any issue, in every issue, I try to make a few printed. I print the blue pencils. It's a more rough sketch, and then I inked and add the details on paper,
Oh wow.
because I know collectors enjoy that stuff. So I try to leave some from whoever wants them.
Yeah, no, it is. That's the reason why when I go to conventions, I go down Artist Alley because you want to find. And then there's some people who actually love the full art pages. I love that too. But sometimes the raw pencils that
Yeah.
you can buy for like 50, $60 because it's just their sketch. I would call it doodling, I guess, to
Yeah.
try to get an idea of what they want to do. I admire those because it's like it's you messing around with paper trying to figure out what's going to work for you that you're going to
Yeah.
bring to life. Um, so on your art, is there something that you haven't given up that you're like, this is my favorite piece, I'm going to keep this? Is there something that you have in your collection that you have not parted with or will not part with?
Not really. I have still I still have a lot of my original art, but not because I don't want to sell it. It's like for me the thing I'm attached to is having the printed comic book. Like this shelf over here, it's all my stuff,
Wow.
and the one below too. Um, and I like having the comic book, the finished comic book. That's something that I can read, that I can watch it with the colors and with everything. And I'm not really attached to the original art. I am with sketchbooks. Like when my actual sketchbooks, I once lost one, and I was terribly sad because
Oh
that's something
wow.
that it only exists there. If I sell an original page or I lose it, it's always going to be printed on the comic book, so it doesn't matter. But when you lose a sketchbook, you really lost something unique.
Yeah, no, it is. And that's why I like to when that's available to purchase, I like to purchase those.
Mm.
And then also too, of course, I'm a gentleman who likes to have a blank sketch cover and bring that to the
Mm.
table. And most artists will have a commission list that they do either prior to the show or the day of the show. And I always love to get a piece. And it has to be, and this is where I feel between me and the artist, it's unique because it's a one of a kind piece. You
Hmm.
can tell you can tell the artist like 9 times out of 10 you ask them like, hey, what's your favorite character? Or and they'll be like, oh, I like drawing so and so. So I was like, all right, cool, can you do me this, blah blah blah. Or it just varies on the artist. Some artists are like, well, give me something hard to draw, and I'm like, okay. So it varies, and that's the best part about it because it's you working with the artist as if you were the comic book editor or writer. You're kind of giving them that idea to draw,
Yeah,
and it's a one of a kind. It's nowhere else in the world that's gonna have it other
yeah,
than you.
and way to
How
get
is
surprised.
Yeah, exactly, that too. And you, so how do you what's your process for that stuff for shows and sketch cover? Do you have like, okay, I'm taking 10 for the show, or do you take pre-commissions, or how do you do it?
I don't really have a set method because the thing for me is that I don't enjoy doing a lot of commissions because for me the most fun part of this business is storytelling, is telling the stories, and just making a cool shot of a character. For me, maybe if I can think, if I have an idea of something cool, I might get excited, but sometimes it's like, okay, good, a cool shot of this character, and sometimes it's fine if I have enough time and I feel like it. It's good, but I don't have like a huge ongoing commission list. If I feel like it, I open like a few spots, or maybe if I'm going to a convention. But I haven't been in a convention in the US for a long time, so uh, most of the times I prefer to bring the original art to sell.
Yeah.
And another thing is that I don't like to work in conventions too, um, because with all those all that amount of people, the noise and that, it's not perfect to get concentrated for me. And also, I
Yeah.
prefer to meet the people and to be able to speak with the people that come to my table. So I prefer to do them at home, and at home I don't always have enough time. If I have some spare time, I prefer to do comic work or maybe just another unrelated thing.
Hey, that's the thing, man. And that, so that basically it means your artwork is harder to get, and it's also more sought after to me.
Yeah.
So with doing that as a comic book artist, you mentioned that you haven't gone to the shows in the States in a good while. Um, has there, I mean, it's kind of hard to say, like, what IP haven't you worked on that you've worked on pretty much a lot of stuff. Is there an IP that you haven't worked on that you would love to work on?
Yeah, Joe.
Are you serious?
No, yeah, no doubt. That's the big one for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Nice.
started. I remember my the comic book series that I most remember from my childhood. It's like Dragon Ball and G.I. Joe. I was
Wow.
obsessed with the toys, and I was the like all of my friends collected the GI Joe toys, but I was the only one reading the comics. And what they brought to the table with that, it's also I just reread all that recently with the crowdfunding they did with all the GI Joe issues in just
Yeah.
a few volumes. And man, they're great comics. They still hold up. If I recommend it to everyone, like the classic GI Joe is perfect, and the one they're doing now, it's fantastic. All the Energon universe, it's
Oh,
fantastic.
dude.
There's not a bad book from that whole thing with Skybound. So congratulations to everybody involved because I'm enjoying it a lot.
See, and that's the thing. Like you mentioned Skybound, what they're doing to bringing the Energon universe together. I mean, they're introducing Mask now, and I mean, those are
Yeah.
all toys that we grew up with, and
Mm.
they're bringing that. And then of course Robert Kirkman coming on and now writing and seeing characters that, because back in the day, of course, no one really died and this and that in the cartoon series, but seeing characters like
Yeah.
getting killed is crazy. Which of course Robert Kirkman is notorious for killing people that you care about off.
Yeah. Rock and
Which
roll,
was
dude. Issue 1. Come on.
yeah, exactly. Spoilers, guys, if you didn't know. Uh Bumblebee issue 1 of Transformers. Yes,
Yeah.
if you didn't know. Um that's it's taking it to a new level, I feel, with these new series and the way they're writing it. But that would be awesome. I would love to see you do a GI Joe piece or even a cover. That would be awesome too.
Yeah. I would. I
Um,
would like to do it. Yeah.
have you done any fan? I'll say fan because you're not a fan. You're an artist. Have you done any
No,
fan
but
drawings?
um, probably like not recently, but some of my earlier memory of copying comic book panels. It's from GI Joe comics when I was a kid. So
So
yeah,
okay,
I know the characters.
so I have to ask. Okay, okay? So I had one piece. I had an artist do a piece. It was because I love RoboCop too and Snake Eyes.
Oh,
So I had him do
yeah.
half and half. So half is RoboCop's head, the other half is Snake Eyes.
Wow.
What character would you want to draw? Like Cobra Commander, Deathstroke, Lady J? Who is be the one that you would really want to draw?
Cobra Commander and Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow is my
Oh,
favorite, my all-time favorite.
dude, that's awesome stuff, man. You see, this is why, and again, this is why I bring artists on the podcast to hear their loves and what they want to do as well. Um, so would I take it you're reading current comics as well on top of working?
Yeah, yeah. All the time. I'm a fan mostly.
See, and that's why I love, like you had mentioned, yeah, that makes a big difference too, being a fan of the work that you're doing, because then if you're doing it, you know, and you don't care about the IP or care about what you're doing, it's going to be like work and you don't want to work. It's kind of one of those things like, oh, I got to go to work on Monday. I don't want to go to work on Monday.
Yeah.
It's kind of, yeah, so yeah,
Al-
so you kind of in between right there.
Also, I get excited because when I'm doing a new series, if I didn't know the title, I go and I try to read as much as possible from that. So I discover cool things. Like I don't know if I can say it if it's been announced yet, but anyway, exclusive. Uh, I'm doing an issue of the Ultimate. That's what I'm working on
What?
now. Yes, I think it's been
Oh,
announced. Um, and the thing is that I haven't read any of the new ones. I
oh,
read all of them
dude.
before doing this, and wow, what a great cover I've discovered! What a great comic I've discovered! It's amazing,
Yeah.
and I
But,
don't know why I wasn't paying attention.
well, because they killed it off back in the day and then they bring it back
Yeah,
and they've created this hype behind it and people are loving the series. And
yeah,
now they're bringing it to an end. That's going to be coming to an end, and I'm
yeah,
like, how do you bring something back and then just take it away from the fans? I'm mind blown on that. I mean, there's like one piece, there's like a teaser poster that we had just gotten in for the store, and it's kind of like an Avenger looking poster, kind of, where it has
yeah,
all the
yeah. I saw it.
characters.
It's
Yeah, and
amazing.
I'm just like, wow. And then they're even doing the blind bags with
Yeah,
sketch, yeah, with like there's actual original art in these blind bags. And I'm like,
yeah,
dude, I'm like, my mind's blown because I mean, blind bags to me have been hot commodities right now because they have like a 1 in 25, the 1 in 200s, but this is the first time that they've actually done sketch headpieces.
yeah.
And I'm interested to see the stuff that's going to be out there because I want to see. But at the same time, you have some people that don't want to open those blind bags.
I did some of those sketch covers when I was working for Valiant. They did something similar that they included sketch cards on the comics.
Oh
So
wow,
it was fun.
dude! So are you? I take it you're gonna get some sketch cover, blank cover. I mean, blind bags.
Uh, I'm not really a collector. Like I just like to get a copy that I can read, and but I'm not interested like in foils or variants or like
Oh, okay,
the
okay,
collector
okay.
side of it. It's like I just want to read it, and that's it.
Yeah, I want to show you something too. Like I have a blank one here. This is for Ghostbusters, but I already have an artist that I want to do this. But
Oh
these to me are gold because there's so much you could do with these blank sketch covers. Because I mean, you
yeah.
have Wonder Woman's, Batman's. You have so sometimes I may not be reading that title, but I'll still buy the blank sketch cover because you never know. Like you may see an artist at a show and you may
Yeah.
want them to draw something. So, that's to me why I always buy them just to have them. Um, Now I got a question. We always ask this, of course, from all our, creators. What would you tell the younger generations that want to go down the path that you have to either inspire them or prepare them for this industry?
Well, at this day and age, how things are with artificial intelligence and all that, I think the main the most important thing I would try to make them understand is that you don't do comics or any kind of art, in my opinion, for the final result. You do it because the process is fun. So you shouldn't be taking any shortcuts to make the pages look better. You just have to try to have more fun doing them. And in the end, it's going to look better. If you do it a lot, it's going to look better, and it's going to be rewarding on itself. It doesn't matter on the, well, I mean, it matters how good it looks. But for example, I myself, I draw to please me. Like I think that if what I do, I'm happy enough with it, the people that read it are going to feel it. Like if I'm doing something half-assed,
Yeah.
people are going to notice, and if I'm having fun, people are going to notice too. And people tell me at shows like, "Wow, this one issue was amazing!" Like, yeah, dude, that's the one I was having the most fun. So, uh, like, try to be your own boss. Like, you should tell yourself like, "Hey, dude, practice more. You shouldn't be procrastinating. Like, get out of Facebook, draw some more, or get out of Instagram, or draw some more until you're happy with what you're getting, and you have more fun because what's on your head translates better to the page. So
Yeah.
no artificial intelligence here. Try to use yours.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. I mean, and I was going to ask this question as well is do you have a story in your head that you would like to bring to life or a
Yeah.
character that you've been wanting to do and you haven't done yet?
Yeah. The answer again, it's yeah, Joe.
So you would want to write an issue and draw it?
Yeah. I have the
Wow, that
story
would.
already pitched, but I'm an exclusive for Marvel, and
Oh,
I'm probably going to continue being so. So I keep postponing it. But yeah,
dude.
I've written some comics for Spain that I don't think none of them have been published in America. But it's I've done it and I've enjoyed it, but I haven't done
Wow.
it as much as drawing. but certainly I have ideas. I don't have like given a lot of thought for Marvel or DC characters because I know it's tough that they hire like an artist to write, especially if English is it's not my first language. So I think it's tougher. But the GI Joe one, I just started writing out of passion, and I
Wow.
have it there on the hard drive waiting.
Dude, that is freaking awesome. I can't wait to. So when did it? Okay, because you were freelance. So when did you sign officially with Marvel for? Wow, when would
I've
that
been
did
an
that happen?
I've been an exclusive with them for 6 years. I think now.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is freaking awesome. So how
Mm.
did it feel when you went from a freelance artist to exclusive to Marvel? I mean, how did it feel that you're boom? I'm here. I'm exclusive. You're not having to go look for the next gig. How did it feel?
It's great. It takes like a rock from your shoulders, uh, because being an self-employed freelance artist, it's always the same curve that you get hired to do 3 issues or one or 10, but you don't know what's coming next. And
Yeah.
having an exclusive takes that. I mean, I'm renewing every year or every 2 years.
Wow.
It's not like I have a long run, but for a year or two, you know that you're not going to be in trouble. So it's great. On the other side, maybe you see something cool that's being published by another publisher that you would like to contribute, but I think the good parts are way more than the bad parts. Maybe eventually you say like, I would like to draw G.I. Joe, but then it's like, what the fuck are you complaining about? You're drawing Spider-Man. So and
True.
people in Marvel are being really nice with me, so I have no complaints. I feel like I'm at home. It's where I always wanted to be. So, but
Nice.
we always talk about what we don't have, not about what we do have.
That is true. Well, I mean, Marvel right now, guys, if you're not aware and you're not reading comics, Marvel is killing off the Ultimate Universe, Ultimates. But at the same time, there's been rumors that we're going to be getting a reboot with Marvel coming next year.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of talks about that. So it's kind of interesting. Like, are we going to get a total reboot overall with the current timeline that's also tied with Ultimates? There's been rumors because there's an issue that just dropped where we're getting the Wolverine, and I forgot the title of it. I have to look it up and bring it up. I'll bring up the photo when I edit this, and you'll be able to see the cover. Um, but Marvel has been signing some DC writers exclusive to Marvel
Wow.
now, which is going to be very, very interesting because they were writing
Mm.
good titles in DC. So it's going to be interesting what we're going to get next year for Marvel, and of course on
Yeah.
top of the movies.
Just uh, to make sure, like, I'm not saying this because I have any kind of information. Like, I know nothing. I'm talking as a fan.
Yeah,
But to me, it would be weird that they are killing completely one of their most successful lines, and people really like what they were doing with the Ultimate.
yeah.
So maybe it's like phase one of remixing or repurposing all that. But again, I don't want to
Oh,
get in trouble. Don't know anything. I haven't spoke about it with anyone at Marvel. I'm just talking as a fan. I would like for it to continue somehow.
yeah. The characters. I mean, the ultimate Hawkeye. Love that character.
Yeah,
That's a good character. I mean, the Wolverine is a good character. There's just so many great characters in that run.
yeah.
Um,
That Ultimate issue where Hulk and all the others get like Iron Fist powers.
yeah,
Like, dude, my hair was raising when I was reading it. Like, this is so cool.
because I mean, it's great because it's giving you not the same because it's an all, of course, Ultimate Universe, but it's just giving you a different spin on these characters, which it something that you normally wouldn't see, and that's what makes it great. One of the things I would love to see, and that's what I was going to ask about this because we were talking about this prior to recording the Blade uh
Yeah,
poster. Is that something that you've wanted to do, like say a cover
of
or
course. there's like every time I sign an exclusive with Marvel, I send them like a short list of what would be my ideal things to work on. And I think the last 3 years, Blade has been on it. Like,
Oh,
if you're doing something with Blade, like, I mean, because I
wow.
think that that's up my alley, because I like drawing horror and I like drawing martial arts. Like, everything I like, it's in there. But it's never like, we have never gotten to get schedule wise to try to make it happen. But I keep repeating, like, maybe eventually, sometimes, sometime it will happen.
Dude, I would love to see you do a Blade piece. I would love to see how you draw him, how you would bring him to life, which would you kind of how you would dress him up. You know what I mean? I would love to see
Yeah,
that. Um, and of course the famous sword. That would be awesome to
yeah.
see.
Also,
um,
with vampires, when he kills vampires, you don't have to like tone down the violence. It's like when in Star Wars they kill droids. It's like, it doesn't matter; they are not people. You
yeah.
can just get crazy with the action. So,
Well, even right now with the Red Band stories
oh
that they're
yeah,
doing, those are
yeah,
freaking
yeah.
awesome. I love those too as well. I
Or
mean,
the red, white, black, and blood
yeah,
stories. Yeah, I did one
that too.
of Venom, and I really enjoyed
Yes.
it, because there everything goes. You can just cut loose.
Yeah, that's the best part about it, man. And that's why I love to sit down and talk with artists and hear their stories because, you know, getting to do this every day, like you wake up, like I've talked to Carlo Barberi and his routine, he gets up in the morning, gets his cup of coffee, watches game shows with his wife, and then goes to the gym. Well, then he'll submit his what he's gonna draw to the editors, and then he goes to the gym, waits for them to come back to him because of the time difference
Hmm.
if they want him to change anything. So if he doesn't hear anything, then he just continues drawing what he already kind of did.
Yeah.
What is your routine for yourself on a day when you're working on something? It's like, okay, 8 in the morning to 5 o'clock is what I'm doing. And after that, boom, cut off. How does your,
Mm, like, I get up like at 8:30 or 9. Um, all my layouts, I do the layouts for the whole issue on day one.
oh,
So
wow.
it's tiny layouts, just to know where everything is going to be. I submit those for approval, and if they are okay with it, I know what I'm going to be doing the rest of the month, so I don't have to wait for daily approval.
Oh,
So
wow.
then I try to make, when I'm more motivated, the more difficult pages, or the day I know I have more time, I do the most difficult. And if I have to go to make something else, or I feel tired or whatever, I do the easier pages. Um, Also, I try to make a little bit of martial arts when I wake up. And then in the afternoon, I'm pretty quick drawing, so
Oh,
I
wow.
finish my page probably shortly after having lunch.
Oh, wow.
It depends on how tough the page is, but and then in the afternoon, maybe I do some more martial arts or some more exercise. Or now
Wow.
I started to play drums, so now I'm taking short breaks to
Wow.
practice with the drums too. So
That's
yeah,
freaking cool.
I
See,
try to keep it
that's
moving
freaking
from
awesome.
art to art.
Dude, when you see, that's the thing, man. You got the life when you're able to draw, you get to work from home and you get to pick up a new thing to learn something new. That's just a dream
Yeah.
come true. Like, you know, for me, I work my 9 to 5 job and then I work 3 days at the comic book store at night till close. My days off, you know, after reading my comics and stuff like that, I get to sit down and interview people like you and edit, but this is for passion. You know, I come home and record at night and then I get to start writing down my questions, get to go down the history of everything they've worked on. Going down that road and seeing everything that you've accomplished in every artist and writer, you know, is because they had a passion and that passion is what drove them to continue to do what they wanted to do. And
Yeah.
that's the thing, you know, it's these people, the younger generation, need that inspiration. That hey, if you love something, do it. Um, yes, you're gonna have falls along the way, but if you love something, as much as you do, keep putting that effort there.
Yeah.
Yes, you're gonna have
But
stumbles, but go ahead.
you can say the same about you. Like doing this podcast is something that motivates you, and it's something that you look for. So it's important to have that aside from your work. I mean, I love my
True.
work, but when you do that for a living, it's a job.
Yeah.
You don't always enjoy that particular page that you are drawing, so you have
True.
to have a like a side hustle, like to keep things interesting. Like
True.
for me, drawing is the most important thing, and what I enjoy the most in my life. But I like to discover new things, and try to get good at another stuff. I am
Yeah.
lucky enough that I work at home, so I don't have to commute. So that saves a lot of time, and I have more free time, more spare time that other people. So I try to put that time into good use. So I've learned like many other different things. My interests are like very wide. I studied like massage
Oh
for a
wow.
year, like tai chi, kung fu. Like now with the
Wow.
music, like I really try to mix it up, and mostly start something that I'm not good at the moment, and I want to get good at.
Yeah.
Because as I was saying, the fun part is the process. So
That's
finding
true.
yourself again in a position where you don't master something, it's like it's frustrating, and at the same time it's like a spark. It's like igniting a spark in you. Like, "Oh, I really want to continue trying to get as good as other people."
That is true. Cause yeah, I mean, that's one thing. Like when I do these, of course I edit my interview, my videos, and it's the same thing. Yeah, you're doing it, and but once you see the finished project, the product, it's inspiring because it's like, oh, cool, that came out nice, and when you hear the person that you interviewed respond back like, hey, I like how you added this into the interview, and this and that, and it's like, my thing is they're not here for me. I feel they're here for the person I'm interviewing, so they want to hear their story and see their works, and that's to me my reasoning to do it. I want to bring focus to you, and that's why you'll see the background having pages that you've worked on in the background because to show people like, hey, this person has done quite a bit of stuff. So yeah,
Well, but in any way, you are important for the show because we've all seen interviewers that are like assholes, and people don't connect with them.
yeah,
So it's the same. If you're passionate about comics, and you're trying to transmit your passion to other people, it shows, and people are going to like it. It doesn't matter who's the guest. I mean, it does matter a little bit, but they're going to come back for you and not go to another podcast. So it's
true.
all about
That's true.
passion.
Yeah, no, it is. Then at the end of the day, yeah, it's about passion. And again, like I said, you taking the time to come on, I appreciate it a lot. Because getting to talk to you about what you've worked on, I'm looking forward to what's going to drop, and I'm going to look for it because I get previews, so I get to see what's coming out in the next couple of months up to January or further in February. So I'm going to go to FOCs and I'm going to
Yeah.
look and see if there's anything on there so I can bring that up as
Hmm.
well.
Um,
But
for the Ultimates, it's only going to be an issue,
um,
but there's something in the near future that I think it's going to be cool.
oh man, now you're dropping that on me now,
Yep.
dude. Well, when that does come out, when you can talk about it, I would love to get you back
Okay.
on to talk about getting to
Sure.
what you are going to work on. But yeah, definitely. Hey, Countdown, go follow him. He's always putting up his artwork on this page and Instagram. Is there any other places they can follow you at by chance?
Instagram and Facebook, but I publish all the same stuff.
Okay, sweet. Go follow him, guys, and you're gonna want to see what he's working on. And as soon as we know, we will drop it so you can know. Um, Sir, I want to thank you once more. thank you for coming on Countdown. This was
Thank you
so
for
much
inviting
fun.
me.
Dude, yeah, it definitely was a great time. Guys, go like and follow, share. We're going to have more awesome interviews with writers and artists. So don't miss out. Peace.
Bye.